Hi, welcome everyone. Today we're going to talk to Leah Doellinger and Arkadiusz Swiebodzinski. They're from Meet the Victims, and yesterday they had an event in Australia. Leah, can you tell us something about the event first?
So yesterday we had Meet the Victims 5 in Queensland, Australia. And yeah, when we arrived there, unfortunately the police and the farmers were already prepared.
So there were cop cars there already when you got there?
Yeah, there was.
And how many people were you with?
The restrictions were 30 in that area, so we only had 30 people with us.
And then Arkadiusz, you did get, because you decided to still stand outside, right?
Yeah, we were at the beginning, we were outside at the front gate.
Mm-hmm.
And then you still went inside?
Yeah, when everyone was in the thick of it, I decided with Sean to sneak away and find an alternate route inside.
And what did you see when you got inside in the farm?
Well, what we saw was distressed mothers with their baby piglets around them, crammed in farrowing crates in a disgusting heat of Queensland. And it's not even that hot yet because it's it's the summer is only starting, but I can just imagine how hot it is for them there. And just the standard practice of what happens to pigs in any factory farm around the world, unfortunately.
And when you say hot, so how many degrees is it there where you are?
It was 36 degrees where we were yesterday.
Yeah, and that's just, as we said, this is just
the beginning.
We're just coming out of the winter.
Yeah.
Wow. And then you see pigs with their, I saw on a video you showed on Instagram, these were pigs with their babies there, right? And they're just in all these crates, like stopped by bars.
Yeah. So they're farrowing crates. So that's where pigs are held when they're pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
And the piglets are feeding off the mother. So the mother is kept lying down on the side and she cannot really move up. And that's to, intensify the time that piglets have the time to feed off the mother, so they grow up faster.
Quickly. Yeah.
And then the police came in when you got there.
Yes. So I was very well aware that they will notice that we're gonna go in and we will get arrested. But I think the point here is that we will not stop at anything. The police can be there protecting, but we are ultimately there for animals, and we'll do everything in our power to do what we can. And us trespassing is nothing. Mm-hmm. Those animals living, suffering every day, and the least that we can do is try and jump couple fences with our cameras and at least show the public what truly happens inside. So
because Leah, the last time I talked to you, you said like there were big things happening for Meet the Victims. You back then when I talked to you, I think it's 2 or 3 months ago, you were still waiting for a court date, so you were still under the radar. But what are the plans for Meet the Victims?
Well, we've got plenty of plans. It's just hard at the moment with COVID because of the restrictions. So as soon as the restrictions lift a little bit more, we'll be able to have bigger actions. Unfortunately, there was somebody that's possibly informed on the action yesterday. So we just have to work out our security culture and do better next time.
And you had your court date a week ago, I think, and it was a very good outcome, right?
Yeah, so I originally was charged with, I think it was 3 thefts of stock and 3 entering with intent to commit indictable offence. But I was pleading not guilty, so the prosecution ended up dropping it to just 2 trespass. And my barrister and my lawyer did a really good job, and I didn't receive a conviction, and I didn't receive a fine. Wait, I got a fine. I didn't get probation or community service. I got a $1,000 fine.
And do you see a change coming in that even maybe judges are seeing the good in what you're doing instead of just seeing it as trespassing?
I don't know. I think it depends what area you're in. Yeah. So my friend Hayley, my co-accused, she had court for the exact same charges, and she's only been charged 3 times, whereas I've been charged so many more times. And she had a magistrate in a rural area, and she got a conviction, and I think she got a fine as well, no fine, and probation and community service.
Yeah, I think it was 100 hours.
I knew that if I had my hearing in a rural area, that I would possibly get a magistrate that has interest in agriculture. So I changed the location of my court date to be into the city, and luckily enough, I got a really good magistrate. It really just depends who you get.
Yeah, it depends on the magistrate. Haley got really unlucky with the magistrate, which is that magistrate is actually very controversial for very heavy-handed sentences that shouldn't happen.
Yeah.
So it is a toss of luck.
Yeah, it is like it's the how they feel themselves about this. Because I saw also a video of you yesterday, Leah, that you were screaming at cops that you were basically, and that is actually the truth, that you're not doing anything wrong. You're trying to help animals there, and you're seen as the bad ones. Does that get frustrating every time you deal with the same thing?
Yeah, I guess that's why I was screaming because I'm sick of it. Yeah, I'm just really frustrated. I'm sick of it. And that's what I actually screamed that at them as well. I said, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of coming here. I'm sick of doing this.
And why do you...
We're coming with very good intentions with, full biohazard gear suits. We're just trying to do the best thing, show what truly happens. And the police is supposed to serve and protect the community, not a certain business that profits from anything. Like, they're supposed to be for the people, not for one certain business. And in this instance and many other instances all around the world, it's the same thing. Police is just simply a security company for those businesses. They stand there in their way of animal rights activists, and they do their best to be in the way every time.
And you, like you said, all you come to do is you want to film it and show people what's happening, because a lot of people don't know what's happening in those farms.
Yes, absolutely. The society is ignorant to what truly happens inside. They're being fed lies from animal agriculture. The industry spends billions of dollars every year to pull wool over the eyes of people and show them the lies that pigs are running on fields, that chickens are free, that cows are happy to be milked, which we all know the truth. We all know the truth as animal rights activists, but unfortunately the community, the people that are paying for those atrocities to happen, they've got no clue.
We were saying today how we're treated like terrorists, yet the only weapon that we have is our little phone, our camera. We get knocked down. Arkadiusz got, put in a chokehold yesterday and dragged back so aggressively, all because he was holding his phone.
Yeah, I people can see on if you go to Instagram of Leah, you can see the video. You were in a chokehold. I saw that.
Yeah. So I did have no warning. The copper just came out from the back, out of nowhere, and put me straight in the chokehold, punching me in the process, truly, and instantly grabbing my phone, throwing it somewhat to the ground, not really caring for the phone or for myself at that stage, and dragging me away,
really angry.
Throwing me to the ground, face down, and then kneeling on me to detain me, and then cuffing me behind the back. Yeah,
and he didn't want to take him out the front because the media would see, and he knew that we wanted, the media to see how activists get treated and things like that. And so the police had him handcuffed and Sean handcuffed and was trying to make them go under a barbed wire fence, handcuffed, face forward.
Yeah. So we were actually coming off a steep hill on rocks while he was holding us with our hands bound behind our back. We could slip at any point of time because it was slippery and we were slipping. And he was still pushing us through bushes and kind of, weird territory, jumping fences. We had to actually jump a fence to get into a police car so that we get taken out of the back instead of getting out the front.
So they are, as police officers, that's very strange behavior of them because if they want to arrest you and they think they're in your right, they just should have arrested you and walk out the front, and to a cop car. But they're just hiding you so the media doesn't see how they treat you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's because we were in a rural area, and I think we found out that police officer actually has some farm interest.
Yeah, that police officer owns land and he has animals that he's farming.
Yeah, so they're all mates. They're mates with the farmers.
That's. Did you get hurt in that, or were you okay afterwards? Because it looked really.
I do look okay. I'm not I've got a bruise on my leg. I don't know what from, but I got a bruise from my leg, and my jaw is a little bit hurting when I touch it. But apart from that, I'm fine. In comparison, it's nothing. It's nothing. The animals are stuck in the cages and they've got sores and bruises from just being there. I got tossed around for a couple minutes.
I see. I think this is your friend. He responds, I've got bruises all over my arms.
Yeah.
He also,
Sean was tossed around very heavily, so Sean was definitely not resisting, and that copper threw him to the ground, was tossing him around, threw him to the ground, and was screaming at him, stop resisting, when Sean was trying to literally just walk. Then even plenty of times they were just very rough with him, even just the way that they put him in the car.
Yeah.
Like they would be just chucking him in.
Sean was amazing, by the way.
Yeah, Sean was staunch. He was loyal to the end. He was there with me. We were a team. There was no point that we were like separated or anything. He was there with me all the time, and we're doing it together to the end.
Yeah.
That is something I really like, because I've been following Leah for a while. Like last time I interviewed her, I was telling her that. But you're really a strong community also with in helping animals and doing good. I think it's also important that you are a strong community.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
all his work.
It's something that I've been trying to implement into the animal rights community for a while, that we somewhat are very focused on fighting for the animals, doing the protests, doing the actions, and they are truly, they are the tip of the spear, absolutely. However, we do have to have a backing to it. We do have to have a tight community, and as presented by, that Direct Action Everywhere and probably most prominent, community that surrounds the animal rights activists is a base. It's an absolute necessity. So we're always trying to get out together, doing fun stuff, getting to know each other, and being closer. So
yeah, and you also and it's also like you also sacrifice yourself, like you say, the animals have it the worst, but the sad thing is still that you guys get arrested. So you're taking, I mean, I'm an animal lover too, and I'm too scared to do what you're doing, and I have so much admiration for what you do, because you're actually in the front lines. You're the ones who are filming it, who are showing the world. Everyone who's like risking getting a court order, risking getting arrested I have a lot of admiration for you guys for doing that. And you have to be you have to trust each other, I think, if you're willing to go to court for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I cannot thank enough for all the people that were waiting for myself and Sean outside. It means a lot. They're putting pressure on police to actually deal with us properly. The support is absolutely great. And yeah, I couldn't think enough.
One thing I want to mention is that we came together amazingly for the animals, and I think most people would get to an action and you see the police out the front and you have that defeated feeling and you give up, but we all came together so well, and it didn't matter that the police were in the way and there was only 30 of us and we're in a deserted street. We made it happen. We made it big, and we spoke strongly and proudly for the animals. And, while I'm speaking to the media or I'm speaking to the farmers, Jasmine's on the megaphone speaking so beautifully from her heart. And Abdullah was on the megaphone as well, chanting. And then we've got Arkadiusz and Sean making a backup plan behind us, because no matter what, we are going to find a way to stand for the animals today and make our way inside. Like, the police think they've got it over us. They don't know. They've got no idea.
And what needs to, because you've been doing this for a while now, what needs to happen for these farms to actually, or I think you need to get the public you need to continue this and get the public to see what's happening. Because at one point, I hope in a year when I talk to you again, or in a few months, at one point that you're not seen, like that it doesn't become the same story. You trespass, you video, you film it, you get arrested, and then that becomes the cycle that you're in. At one point, it needs to stop.
Yeah, I guess that's why it's so great to have people stepping up to take some charges. Like, I just went to court, so Arkadiusz is like, I'll take it this time. And then Sean's like, yeah, I'll do it too. And there were, I think it was 8 other people that were also willing to do it.
Wow.
So that's, unfortunately, like, it's going to be going on for a while, but it's good to be able to switch it up and give each other a bit of a break.
Yeah, I think you need to do that. And is the movement, like, what are the next plans? Can you say something about that, or what countries are going to have a Meet the Victims, or?
I know that Ireland is planning one at the moment. The organizer is pregnant, but she's still such a boss and been doing so much work. And I've got 2 new organisers in the UK, and obviously Australia, we've got big plans. Canada's got their court case at the moment, but there were so many plans before COVID, so it really depends on what's going on, in each area.
Yeah, and if people want to join, how can they still join you if they're watching this and they want to do the same? Can they contact you?
Yeah, it's really hard to get in contact with me. I'm the worst, but do you want to start managing my emails?
Oh no. That's a lot. That's a lot of work.
Yeah, they can email. The hardest part is that, like, obviously just with 30 people that I thought that we could all trust, there was, there was something that went wrong. So the hardest part is people contact me and they want to get involved, but they don't know anyone. They've got no experience. And I'm just like, what do I do? Because I want the community to be bigger and bigger actions for animals, but it's like, it's a really tough one.
Yeah, as the stakes are rising, I think the security needs to be bigger. So unfortunately, as much as we want new people coming into the community, there's somewhat of a stepping ladder system that we will have. So like there's open, like anyone can come to a community dinner and meet the people. Yeah. Like face us, and we've got very few, like how many, maybe 5 or 10 new people that was basically their first big action on Monday. And so it happens all the time. It just, you need to be patient. You need to find a vigil, maybe something like a cube of truth or something in your area, and just work your way into the community and you will find the right people.
And you just mentioned it slightly, but I was shocked that that's a trust issue, I think, right? So somebody did tip you off.
Yeah, we think so. Like, we'll never know for sure. But yeah, it's happened a couple of times. So it's always because we've done a lot of things that we haven't been able to share online, and nothing has come of those things. And then as soon as I invite people that, extend that invitation further than my close friends, something does go wrong. So we're unsure what has happened.
And just the last question about the farm you were at yesterday. Like you just mentioned already, you saw pigs and this was a farm you had visited before, right?
Yeah, so this is the farm that myself and 9 of my friends have been charged for going into and rescuing. So it's a really horrific, like they're all horrific, obviously, but yeah, it's a really horrific place that we just wanted to make a stand at the front of, or we wanted to get inside as well.
And nothing changed from what you saw inside Arkadiusz and what you've seen on images from what they filmed there. Nothing changed from the last time you were there.
There's one thing that changed: the security of the place. Yeah, it's a lot harder to get inside, and the fences are higher, the barbed wire is thicker, and there's more obstacles in the way. But,
I haven't been back in. I was like, what was the security like? He's like, there's so much barbed wire and there's this and that. And I'm like, they didn't have any of that when I was going in there. So that's the only thing that changes.
It's a common theme. It's a common theme that they're, instead of trying to change their practice, they're trying to just protect themselves from animal rights activists a little bit more. But, we're persistent, so we're not giving up, and we'll find a way. We'll find a way.
And that's what you said also. I think yesterday I saw it on your Instagram, Leah, that you said to a cop or to a farmer that at a strawberry farm you can just enter. So why can't you, if you're not doing anything bad, why can't we just enter?
And his answer was, this is private property. And I said, so is a strawberry farm. But no one would be acting like this. Like, if I walked onto a strawberry farm or you walked onto a strawberry farm, would the police come running at him and smash him down to the ground, put him in a headlock and rip his phone off him?
Yeah, that wouldn't happen.
Exactly. So that was my point. And I said, I can drive past the strawberry farm and see them harvesting the strawberries, but why are you guys hiding everything? It's always hidden.
It's, I'll show you some of you're getting really beautiful messages. I'll show some of them. Your footage from inside that farm brought me to tears. You guys are amazing. Then Amy said, because they have something to hide, that's why they don't show it. Animal Activist Collective, so much love and admiration for you too, Leah, Arkadiusz. And Adriana said, all animals are human. And you got praises. And I'll end with your friend who says, love you.
We love you,
Oh,
Sean.
we love you, Sean, too.
Wait, you're not supposed to talk.
Yeah. So just let's imagine that I said something different to someone else.
Their bail conditions are that they're not supposed to talk.
Oh, okay. So I'll...
Don't worry about it.
It's kind of like
I
a
didn't-
joke now anyway.
I'll keep following you guys, and I want to thank you too. I said the last time I talked to you, Leah, that I think a year or a year and a half ago, I saw you somewhere on Instagram, and I have so much admiration for what you've done, that you've started this whole movement. I hope it becomes bigger. I hope more countries will follow. And I'll thank you for what you did also yesterday. Good luck with your. Do you have to go to court now, Arkadiusz, after this?
Yeah, in a month's time, 23rd of October, I'm facing trespass.
Good luck with that, and I'll talk to you guys soon again.
Thank you
very
so
much.
much.
Thank you. Thanks. Bye, guys. Thank you, everyone, for watching.
Bye-bye.